I thought we could do a little voiceover here and run through some of the same things that we talked about in the clinic. When you're watching running from behind here, first thing, start at the feet. That left foot a little bit more or less than the right, but both of them are turned out quite a bit. That right foot gets out there quite a ways. And then you're running with that really narrow gait where they're almost crossing over in the midline. We want to keep those a little bit apart, so you can work with putting a strip of tape down the middle, anything to keep those feet apart a little bit. You want to think of that stacked posture where the hips, knees, and feet are all in the same line. Same thing when you get that toeing out like that, you're pushing off the inside edge of your feet. We want to get those feet straightened out a little bit. Hopefully that'll help solve some of that problems as you focus on pushing off all your toes. That toeing out posture and you're crossing over midline, that leads to a little bit of genu varum, or when those knees are bow-legged like that, and what that can lead to is a little excessive wear on the inside compartment of your knees. So we want to get those straightened out, and hopefully getting the feet apart will help get the knees apart, and that'll all kind of come together. Talked about a few things there. Everything looked pretty good. The main thing we're kind of looking at is stride length, and again, we want that knee or feet right below the knee when it's making contact with the ground, and I thought that looks good. The one thing you can always kind of watch it when you're running on flat surface versus a treadmill. Things are a little bit different there, and as you're landing, making sure that you're letting your knee bend. We talked about a lot of those issues and wanted you to kind of correct them as you were running here. Now, again, this isn't going to be pretty the first time you do it, and it obviously threw you off a little bit. You got your feet a little bit more apart. You got that stacked posture where the hips, knees, and ankles are all in the same line, but what that kind of led to is that real wide base gait, and that's a little too wide. We don't want it that excessive, but sometimes it's good to overcompensate right at the beginning so you can get the feel for the motion. Straightened out, some were good, some were bad, but there were occasional ones were pretty good, and that was the main thing we were focused on, is getting the feet straightened out a little bit with the knees, legs further apart, and hopefully that would straighten everything out a little bit. And there were some very good ones, there were some bad ones, but again, this is the first time you did it. It was, you haven't really trained with it much, so I thought it looks good. Just want to keep on it, okay?